What's going on in Hot Atlanta? Live from Swanky 93.3 and the Heat 94.6 brings back the hottest hip-hop radio show live from K.L.P Entertainment and K.L.P Studios. Then K.L.P in the morning with your host, K.L.P Kennedy Lucas.
You know what it is? Put your hands up.
Tune in now on any audio platform.
Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mike, what time is it, man? What time is it?
It's swanky time with that new K.L.P.
Yes, it is. Hey. Come on, Tank.
It takes time to get your mind.
Hey.
Trust
do.
It's lust too.
Hey.
When I touch you, won't rush. So don't rush.
Ooh, you want this beat, right?
This beat is dope.
Look in your eyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. Hey, a vibe. Welcome. We can just try.
I don't wanna wait in line. Don't waste my time to speak grown about this. We got a lot of time. You should read the signs and realize.
Hey,
Still be my lady.
hey, please you come inside. Come on, shout out to Tank, man.
Don't phase me. Bulletproof, I can be your savior. Only if you come inside.
My love.
I see the reason. Promise you these streets is worth leaving.
This beat is dope.
Next season, Christian, I mean Dior, I ain't preaching.
Hey.
You're tuned into the Swanky One, new K.L.P.
I got you. This is safe, put your ego aside.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning. We ready. We ready for another
Things that
one.
can make life better. They could never.
Hey.
The real we could build this could last forever. I don't wanna wait in line. Don't waste my time to be grown about it. We ain't got a lot of time. You should read the signs and realize.
Hey.
Outside be so crazy.
Crazy.
You can still be
My lady.
but only if you come.
Hey.
All them mouths don't faze me. Bulletproof, I can be your safety. But only if you come inside.
This beat is dope.
My love, outside be so crazy.
Hey.
Still be my lady. But only if
Come inside. Good morning, y'all. It's Monday.
all them mouths don't faze me.
May 6th.
Bulletproof, I can be
By
your
the time you're hearing the radio show this morning, we got a jam-packed one. We got Zoe and Andrew up in the building as well. Hey. Shout out to Tank, man. Shout out to Tank.
I mean,
That
they
R&B
talk
money, the
talk,
vault. We get a little
Shit, I
bit
want
more.
that one.
A little bit more.
Baby, I specialize in forgiveness.
When he says, people talk that talk, but
You done done
shit,
yours,
I want
done
that walk.
mine, shit.
Hey. All right, Tank. All right, Tank. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to the radio show of course, us being here. Welcome back to the KLP in the Morning radio show. Hopefully you guys are ready for another exciting podcast as much as I am. Thank y'all so very much for staying tuned. I love it. I love everything that we do. I love that we continue to give you not only another exciting podcast, but just another great one, right? We got a jam pack for y'all today. We got my man T up in the studio. He's here. We've got Zoe and Andrew. They're here. They're joining the show today as well. And I'm excited. I'm excited for this one as well. Hopefully you guys are ready for this one as much as I am. It is Monday, May 6th, by the time you're hearing the morning show this morning. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. I gotta say happy Cinco de Mayo, but happy birthday to my other grandma. It was her birthday yesterday, so we always got to celebrate the loved ones, our grandmas that are out there in the world. So I blessed to, in my lifetime so far, to have two. Unfortunately, one had passed away in 2021, but we still have our other one. So happy birthday, Grandma. We love you up here in Atlanta. So again, we got another jam-packed show for y'all today because I've got some great news. I've got some stuff to talk about here in the morning. But what I like to do on the radio show, I like to do a little bit more when it comes to the shows. I like to tell you guys how my weekend was. And I think it was very, very warranted about how my weekend was. Now, the weekend was fantastic. Shout out to the squad. Shout out to the squad. On Saturday, we ended up going to Atlantic Station. Great time to go to Atlanta Station because there was some here in Atlanta. There was a festival going on in Atlanta Station, not too far from us. So we went to Atlantic Station for the Yard House. We went to a place called Yard House. Been there multiple times in New York, but I had no idea they had a Yard House here in Atlanta. So my friend Mutzi, shout out to her. She's also a graduate with her MBA. Shout out to you, my good friend. Graduated with her MBA, and of course, I've graduated finished my degree with my MBA, graduating, got it done. So it's a joyous time, but that night was about her. And it was very, very good because we've had friends that come and, they enjoyed the food. We had a lot of people come out, T. A lot of people came out to the shindig, and I love it when friends come out to stuff like this because I know it's hard to get everybody sort of in the room simply because, everybody is busy. I was talking to my other friends that, we all have adulting, right? We have adulted in our lifetime so far. Everybody's grown, people getting married, some people having babies. Right, everybody is grown and they're doing their thing. So we just kind of had to get back to the roots of things, and of course had to celebrate with my friend with her accomplishment as well, and to see everybody who got invited showed up to the thing, and it gets me excited. I caught up with some really, really good friends, not only just my squad that's in the circle, but I caught up with Magali and Terrell. Shout out to them. They're getting married next year. Very excited for them. I caught up with caught up with Gerald. Shout out to Gerald. Caught up with my friend Sarah. Caught up with a lot of people. So a lot of people came to this thing, and I'm very, very excited. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to the squad. You guys know who you are. Now, that was my weekend. I mean, that was pretty much it. Didn't do much on Cinco de Mayo. Just rested. Really, that's all I have going on for that. But there was a festival going on in Atlanta, T. I don't know what festival it was, but turns out they do it every Saturday now. In the month of May, they do it every Saturday at Atlantic Station. They have food trucks, concerts, music, merchandising for you to buy, promotions. And, I could tell, T, yeah, there was a lot of sweet honeys out there. And I mean that very loosely because when you're in Atlanta, you're probably going to see, when it's an event like that, you're probably going to see it to where they are probably just graduated, right? There's plenty of schools here in Atlanta. There is Georgia Tech. There is Georgia State. There's SCAD. There's so many other schools here in Atlanta that, people are going outside more because they're finished graduating. They're getting ready to graduate. So, hey, maybe it's a joyous time for that as well. But, hey, the festival was there. It looked very fun. Of course, we had a different goal in mind, but it was good. It was very, very good. Now, we got to talk about it. Y'all know what I came on the pod to talk about. We've got to talk about Kendrick freaking Lamar. Kendrick Lamar, let me tell y'all, I think Drake needs to take a minute. Drake needs to take a minute, guys. Look, Kendrick Lamar drops 2 songs, 2 new diss tracks in the month span of this couple of days. Kendrick's cooking something, T. Kendrick is cooking something that really gets us excited. Now, I'm going to boot up my YouTube here because I love it how the way that these diss tracks are going to YouTube, right? So the diss tracks are going out now. There are 2. Yes, there are 2. So far, it's Not Like Us and Meet the Grams. So the Grams came out, and then it was Saturday. When I was at Yard House celebrating with some friends, we were in Yard House and our friends, we were talking about the beef for a while at dinner because that's the topic of conversation when you go out. So I asked my friends, who do they have? Do they have Kendrick or Drake? There was a mixed emotions with Drake and Kendrick. Most of my friends said Kendrick. I got Kendrick winning as he's up right now. That's who I have. But we've had it to where there is this 2-track this weekend that I'm glad that I'm kind of the first podcast that's kind of dabbling on into it, because I know a lot of my favorite podcasting shows, they're going to be back this morning if they're not back already, talking about the beef already. But here's Meet the Grams. This is the one that came out first. And I'm just going to play a little bit because last episode I played too much of Euphoria.
Your son got some habits, I hope you don't undermine them. Especially with all the girls that's hurt inside this climate. You a woman, so you know how it feels to be in alignment. With emotion, hoping the man can see you and not be blinded. Dear Dennis, you gave birth to a master manipulator. Even using you to prove who he is a huge favor. I think you should ask for more paper. And more paper. And more paper.
Hey.
I'm blaming you for all his gambling addictions. Psychopath intuition. The man that liked to play victim. You raised a horrible fucking person. The nerve of you, Dennis. Sandra, sit down. What I'm about to say is heavy. Now listen.
You're talking about the parents. Now, Meet the Grams is number 3 trending right now on YouTube, by the way.
Weinstein should get fucked up and black women hypersexualizing for the like an info fetish. Go facial hair because he understood being a beard just fit him better. He got sex offenders on OVO that he keep on a monthly allowance. And a child should never be compromised, and he keeping his child around him. And we gotta raise our daughters knowing there's predators like him.
So that's Meet the Grams. Kendrick's next one after Euphoria, Meet the Grams. Bing pow. That's all I can say. Bing pow when it comes down to that. Look, Kendrick's been cooking, and I agree with a lot of podcasters when they say that everybody wanted Kendrick Lamar to respond rather quickly after Drake's latest diss. Let me tell you, Kendrick Lamar has been with a pen and a pad in his mind, closed doors, writing this up and cooking out these diss tracks, right? Now y'all got it. I say to a lot of people, now you have it, that people wanted it. People couldn't wait for it, but it's now here. Meet the Grams, bang pow. That was it. I was up. And let me tell y'all, when you go to YouTube, it has 14 million, and I do mean this, 14,768,054 views on YouTube right now. Number 3 trending right now. This, you think of it as this case too, guys. Yes, you're dissing Drake. It's a beef right now, but then you have it to where the algorithm's kicking in. You have it to where it's sort of working, right? It's sort of working for Kendrick Lamar when it comes down to this, the beef cast and having things out there and to really, really articulate his words and really put together something that quick. I think this is something Kendrick's been cooking up for a while, right? A lot of people sources say, hey, he has 14 more minutes after the Euphoria track. He got a little bit more that Kendrick wanted to put in, but he put out. I don't know. Maybe this could be to where he had that moment to where he had a little bit more, and maybe he saved it for a different beat, right? Each song has a different beat. So that's Meet the Grams, right? So I'm at Yard House. We're having a good time celebrating, eating dinner, and we were having the debate. Again, like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, we were having a debate of who was going to be the winner of this. We were talking about it, and we talked about, hey, we see Kendrick being up right now. Then one of my friends say, hey, Kendrick just dropped another diss track. And so we all paused, we egasped. I was like, oh, really? So we all checked our phones, went on YouTube, and bam, there it is. Now this one has 15 million, right? And this is Not Like Us.
I see dead people.
Look, I like this beat though. The beat go hard.
You're tuned into the swanky one. New K.L.P.
Man down, call her Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro. Nella nigga,
Hey.
walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all, ain't they mama?
God
How many
damn.
options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton.
Not Like Us, man.
Your ass and hide the Bible
And I saw
of
Rick
God
Ross's
watches.
comment too.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. Walking down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Pull on him, extort shit, money
That
the
shit
flow on him.
fake.
Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block one. And any bitch that talk to him and they in love, Just make sure you hide your little sister from him.
Oh, man.
You want to get your hand-me-downs and party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baka got a weird case.
Oh, man.
Around. Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 wop,
That
wop,
one.
that, fuck 'em up.
Certified pedophile. That's a wild accusation, a wild statement, a wild thing to put in there now. Because we all know you have to be careful. A lot of people, you know, you do not want to be classified as a pedophile if this is even true, right? You got to be careful. Because you can get canceled real quick, not on Kendrick's part, but if this is true, which I don't think this is true that Drake is doing this, but if it is out there and people try to convict him for that, you got to be careful. A lot of people getting in trouble because of that stuff. I don't encourage it, but people do. Now, what's funny about this one is, of course, Kendrick uses Drake's Google Maps the house, right? And there was this thing on, I think it was World Hip Hop World Star, where they had Google naming, putting pins on the Google Maps, say, hey, Kendrick's dog or Kendrick's house or Kendrick's something on it. I think that part's a rumor. I think somebody just dummied that up. I don't think that's accurate for that, but this is interesting that, hey, this is getting personal. Now this is where your mansion is in Calabasas. Bam. I'm gonna make it personal, right? Listen more to it. Not Like Us, number one trending right now on YouTube, by the way. 15 million views. Minor.
They not like us. They not like us.
Hey.
They not like us.
Hey. You
They
gotta
not like us.
you gotta
They
rock
not
with
like
it.
us.
Just a little
They
bit,
not
man.
like us. You think the baby let you
Into the
disrespect
swingy
nigga?
one.
I think the open show be your last stop. I don't know why you still pretending. What is the owl? Bird niggas and bird bitches.
Yeah.
The audience not dumb. Shape the stories how you want. Hey Drake, they're not slow. Rabbit hole is still deep. I can go further, I promise.
How the way Kendrick is enunciating the words, messing with the flow, doing a little bit of wordplay, banging to the beats of the drum a little bit, making sure that it makes sense. I don't know. Kendrick is I gotta say Kendrick's smoking Drake right now. And maybe we're on the roll to where Drake is in the room closed off with a pen and a pad putting some stuff together. I think this beef ain't going nowhere. I think you're really kickstarting the role of hip hop, because not only podcasters and radio shows we're talking about this stuff, but you really are articulating, you're really helping hip hop in a way. I think hip hop, this has been the best thing hip hop have seen, right? Hip hop has been lagging in the last few years, but now you have it to where hip hop is getting more attraction. It's getting a little bit more fire. It's getting a little bit more heat when it comes down to hip hop nowadays, right? So it's very, very interesting with this. I think, and I've been saying this for plenty of times, T, that Kendrick is from a different breed. And it's not to say that Kendrick can or can't rap. I'm not saying Drake is not a good rapper or can't rap, because he can. He made lots of money by doing this. But in my honest opinion, I got Kendrick up right now. For now. I can't wait to see what Drake's response is to it, but I see Kendrick up right now. Kendrick comes from a different breed that way, and I've been saying this. I said this in a few podcasts ago, and I said this to my friend Saturday night. I said Kendrick is from Compton, and it's not to say nothing bad on Compton, but Kendrick is from a different breed from Compton. He's been through some shit. He's been through a lot of stuff to where now he has a lot to say. He has proven that. Right, definitely my top 5 in my list, but Kendrick is from a different breed, right? And I think this is getting a bit personal. I don't think that because a lot of people did ask, do you think they're just playing this up because it's hip hop and they're making traction, they're making headway right now? Sure, but I also think that Kendrick is taking this personal. Game on. You challenge me? Okay, I'm gonna put my gloves on. Let's go. Game on. Let me show you what I can do. Is what Kendrick's doing, and that's why you have him dropping Euphoria. We were good with Euphoria. We were straight with Euphoria, but now the next day, bam, Meet the Grams. I'm like, all right, cool, another one. Ooh, smoked it. Okay, cool. But within the next 21 hours later, another diss. whoa, right? So it's like shot after shot. I want to see what Drake does. I'm not counting Drake out quite just yet. I wouldn't be surprised if Drake said, hey, okay, Kendrick, you got it. I'm just saying it because I don't want no smoke personally, but I don't know. It could be something that this is going to be going on for maybe the remaining of the summer. I can't wait. I love beefs. I really love it. A lot of people are doing what they call beef cast. I know Joe Budden and Joe Budden podcast, they call it the beef cast because that's all they've been talking about lately in their show. So it's very, very exciting for that as well. Let me see if I can pull up real quick before we move on, because I did mention that I saw Rick Ross's reaction when it comes down to it. Let me see. Rich forever, rich forever, rich forever. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Probably not, though. Let's see. Nope. Nah, I think I missed it. Or maybe he's on his story. Yep, I missed it because now I'm just going through his whole thing here.
Hold on.
Here it is.
I'm at the
Uh-oh.
BBL Drizzy. I'm at the pool party, and they just called you a petty. Hold on.
They playing Kendrick's. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. Hey, beefs ain't going nowhere, y'all. Beefs ain't going nowhere. So for sure, it's not going nowhere. Now, speaking of what's not going nowhere, because it's available right now on Netflix, you guys can go watch it. My full review is here with the latest from Netflix, A Man in Full. A Man in Full is a great show. Hands down. It's good. I know. It got a 6.5 in IMDb. Excuse me. Jeff Daniels has done an amazing job portraying a character of Charlie Croker. Charlie Croker is a shrewd capitalist billionaire who finds himself $800 million in debt by a company, owes a lot of money. They're trying to seize everything. Meanwhile, the company is sort of in shambles. Of course, you've had the lawyer of the companies representing another character who worked under what was called I forgot. Kroger owned a wholesale foods. I think that's what it was called. And now they're under scrutiny. Of course, he's working. These other characters working hard. Of course, they did more of a political move but it happens where, cars get towed and then the police comes out to arrest the young man and then it gets physical and then he punches a cop, end up going to jail, and he's battling jail time and battling court where there's a sort of almost racist judge that really want to throw him in jail. Black man want to throw him in jail. And I understand that I think this is going to be a limited series, T, because spoiler alert to a lot of people who haven't seen it. Charlie Croker dies at the end. So, when your main character dies, there's not much you can do. Not much you can do. But I enjoy the show because, I enjoy this show primarily not so much for the story, but I like this show primarily for the acting. Of course, Jeff Daniels is in this thing. You got Lucy Liu doing her thing in this show as well. So I think you've got a lot of great actors and actresses that are portraying this. And let me give my list of characters so that way I know what I'm looking at here. So Jeff Daniels, again, like I mentioned, he's playing Charlie Croker, shrewd capitalist. You got Tom and Pilfrey to play Raymond. Raymond is the guy that works sort of for the bank, wants to take Kroger out, but then he's battling some things within himself. He lives into an apartment to where, and loud neighbors. He wants to be like Charlie Croker, rich, successful, very shrewdful, take what's yours, doesn't really give a damn about others. That's what, and I say that very lightly because Charlie Croker cares about the people, right? That's Tom Pilfrey. We'll confirm that for sure to make sure I said that right. Meanwhile, you've got Wes Jordan, played by William Jackson. He plays Andre Dickens. I'm just kidding. No, Wes Jordan, right? Because this show is, and I forgot to mention this show is based off in Atlanta. It's really, really interesting when shows are based off in Atlanta because we're here in Atlanta, and I noticed a lot of buildings, right? You notice a lot of buildings that you've seen or worked for. I've seen a lot of buildings here in Atlanta. Of course, everybody know I used to work for Emory, so I see the Emory worship building. So it's interesting. It's like, oh, there's Emory. Oh, there's Coke. Hey, there's. So I wonder, do they play into that? So Wes Jordan is the mayor of Atlanta in this storyline. Plays by William Jackson. His name is Wes Jordan. He kind of looks like Andre Dickens a little bit. You got Harry. Harry's the guy that is the bank. He's kind of like the lead executive of the bank, and he wants to seize all assets and take the money back from Croker that Croker owns the bank. That's played by Bill Champ. I think he did amazing in this show as well. Just all around a great cast. It's really, really good. It's a really, really good show. I really encourage people to watch it. You guys can read about it also on the Vox Times, by the way, if you missed it. The Vox Times, our website, our blog site, where we have the Vox Times, Beyond the Scoreboard, and Atlanta Economic Times as well. Those 3 articles from us here at K.L.P Entertainment. I wrote about them in full, in detail. Again, I get the storyline. The storyline was a bit like, meh. But I think I enjoyed the show the most because of the acting, right? Jeff Daniels, Lucy Liu, Sarah Jones, right? You've had so many, and then people I saw, John Michael Hill. He plays Conrad. Conrad is the guy, is the character that gets physical with a cop, and then he gets arrested and he's facing trial, right? So now you've got Amy Aman. He's playing Roger White, the company lawyer, to bust him out of jail. It works at the end. They get out of jail, but now they're focusing back into the company. I do wish that this sort of was not a miniseries, T, because I want to know what's next, right? Does Charlie Croker battle back from being in $800 million debt with the company? Does Roger White, does he prevail as a good lawyer? What happens to Conrad after he's released from prison, right? Does Wes Jordan get reelected as mayor for Atlanta, right? We want to know more, but I get it. Limited series meaning that, hey, this is limited. This is a test run. If it sells, it picks up. If it don't, then we have to cancel it. So I understand about a limited series, but we'll see. We'll see. I want to see season 2. I want to see what happens next within the show, primarily for the acting. I really love the acting as well. So moving on to our show here today, we've got some special announcers. Andrew and Zoe is here this morning. Take it away, Zoe, with the latest in hip hop news with the rumor report.
Either a rumor or a report. It is now time for the rumor report.
Yes, Kennedy. Here's the latest with our rumor report. Gloss Up exposes alleged Hunkso texts amid Keisha Cole drama. Last week, Gloss Up unveiled her new EP, Not You Girl, Act 1. The project features her collaboration with Atlanta-born rapper Hunkso, who's currently in a relationship with Keisha Cole. The steamy collab arrived alongside a music video, which shows Gloss Up and Hunkso getting up close and personal, raising eyebrows among fans. Shortly after she premiered the video, Gloss Up took to social media to promote it, sharing some similarly suggestive photos alongside Hunkso on Instagram. You know what it is in real life. For L Stinklink, medium dark skin tone emoji modifier, come here out now, link in bio, she captioned the post. Not long after, Cole responded, calling out Gloss Up for using the flirty caption while they're both in relationships. This didn't stop Gloss Up, however, who went on to share some shady tweets. Amid chatter about the drama, Keisha Cole and Hunkso were spotted out together in Vegas, seemingly suggesting that all is well between them. This got a reaction out of Gloss Up, who soon took to Twitter/X to clear things up. According to her, they're not together, but at one point he played both sides. She accused him of reaching out after their split to try and make amends, telling her that the love from over there wasn't genuine. Gloss Up calls him a mass manipulator and advises Cole to run, don't walk. She then went on to share some alleged text messages between her and Hunkso, in which she tells him she doesn't like how he tried to humiliate her. He seemingly responded by denying this and claiming that he acted the way he did because he told her that she was in a relationship. In more news, The hip hop war is all the rage now, but we all need some time to cool off, relax, and get a little more in tune with some more easygoing tunes. Moreover, we have a new Randy B season playlist update to share with you, rounding up the best of the best genre-adjacent releases this week. When it comes to big drops, none were more anticipated than 4Bats' debut project, You Made Me a SD4R, which represents his rapid skyrocket up the up-and-coming artist pipeline. There are highlights throughout, with a particularly catchy and smoky listen being Act V, There Goes Another Vase. Elsewhere, we also had Rhapsody tapping into her Randy B bag with the Erykah Badu-assisted Cut 3 AM. However, she lets Badu take care of the singing and melodic and harmonic prettiness over a crisp, sax-backed, and chill beat that would be fitting for a variety of the genre's hits. The North Carolina MC goes into some calm but still impactful verses and flows, along with some introspective themes of accepting insecurities and reflecting that acknowledgement and process with those closest to you. Another big collaboration that dropped this week features two crooners teaming up for a sultry but still vibe-heavy and hard-hitting cut. Chris Brown and Jay Valentine trade vocal runs on Unlonely, pairing simple piano leads with a clap-based trap beat and flipping flows with ease. The contrast on this track doesn't really highlight anything unique about it, but it does provide an interesting clash between the more tender elements and the more hype ones. In other words, it's exactly the kind of balance that a lot of Randy B or rap-related releases achieve these days in tandem with one another, which is always great to see. Finally, we wanted to shout out the new Coco Jones track, Here We Go, for its beautiful homage to older soul styles. But the only thing that outshines the lush instrumental here is Coco's gorgeous vocal performance, another guaranteed win. Let us know what your favorite Randy B season pick was this week, as well as what else we missed, down in the comments section below.
Alrighty, thank you so very much, Zoe. Appreciate you. Latest in the rumor report for sure. Now, I wanted to talk about this because I know usually on our shows we talk about hip hop tea, but I wanted to talk about this. Now, everybody's been playing this game called Helldivers. Now, I have a couple of friends that play this game as well. I haven't picked this game up yet because I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't know. I've been just trying to buy and play other games. I've been dabbling more into for other games as well. So I have to dabble on into it. Now, this is coming from Forbes. Of course, Sony is making a terrible mistake with Helldivers 2. Now, Sony is making making a bad error in judgment when it comes down to the biggest PlayStation 5 hit of the year, Helldivers. Yes, Helldivers 2, and to be exact, the number there, has been a smash success on both PS5 and Steam, not only pulling down huge players and sales numbers, but also a ton of goodwill from players. The game is genuinely fun with innovative live service elements and a great sense of humor. It's no wonder people keep going back to kill more bugs. Sony is posed a squander of tons of goodwill the company has occurred, not just from Helldivers 2, but from the efforts to port PlayStation exclusives like Horizon Zero Dawn and The Last of Us for PC. Now, the company announced that recently that PC players would need to link their PlayStation Network accounts to their Steam accounts in order to continue playing the game. This, that they claim, was after the initial grace period where account linking was not required. Now, this was really, really good because, you know, you might have a lot of people who may not have a PlayStation 5 that only do PC. When you only have PC, you know, all you need is just the name there and there's no link required. You're able to play with anybody between PC and PlayStation, causing it to have a lot of people. Again, a lot of people, my friends that talked about this game, talked about this topic, one of them, they're PC players. They don't have a PlayStation 5. They're solely PC, right? Now, this is very, very saddening to that, but it's come to a grace period. It's come to an end. Now, it is required that you have to have a PlayStation account and link account. So the only way you can get a PlayStation Network account is if you had a PlayStation 5. I mean, you can get the network on your phone, right? Because I have the PlayStation Network app where you can sign in and view your stuff, but you can't play any games via the app. You got to play your games and stuff through the actual console. So I think this is a bad idea too. I agree with a lot of my friends who play this game because, you know, you made a smash success that everybody's talking about it, and now I think it's you know, I don't want to say company greed, I don't want to say that, but it sort of is company greed a little, because you're insinuating that you want everybody to have a PlayStation, go buy one, right? So I think this is a terrible idea, because because a lot of people who don't have PlayStation, a lot of people prefer PC, or vice versa. For me, I don't have a PC. I guess you can count Game Pass as PC, I guess, but I have console. I don't have a whole PC setup for my gaming because I'm a console player. So you're just kind of isolating the two, in my opinion, between each other, where they used to, play together, whether you're PC or PlayStation, you get to play together and really join and make some great matches. So I agree with that. I agree with the downfall of that. I think it's going to be very impactful. I think a lot of people say that this game is dead already. Very, very interesting that people say that this game is dead already, because now they're destroying that. We'll see. They might bring it back, guys. They might bring it back, though. If they realize that people start playing it, they're losing the numbers, they might change their mind. A lot of companies can change their minds when they know they may have made a bad mistake. So shout out to you gamers out there. So I am pleased to talk about this next topic. Now, I probably will do a reaction now we're talking about wrestling now, by the way. So if you're not a WWE fan, I'm sorry. WWE is hot right now. And that was a quote from Triple H. Now, I probably will do a reaction of Backlash. They went to France for Backlash. I haven't watched it yet. I know. I just haven't, because again, last night I was tired, didn't watch it, and then Saturday night I was at Yard House all night. So, but I will watch it, and I'll give you guys a review on the Spectrum podcast. But WrestleMania 41 has been announced, and they're gonna be in Vegas. Oh my God. They're going to be in Vegas. They're going to be at the Elegant Stadium. I'm excited. We saw the trailer. Triple H did a little trailer, did a little tease trailer. It looks really good, by the way. You can really tell he really got his acting back in, He was like, WWE is hot right now. Or no. Triple H said WWE is on fire right now. If you've been living under a rock, where have you been? Triple H did really good in that trailer. I laughed. Yeah, I'm excited. WrestleMania 41 will be in Vegas this year, or the next year rather. Very, very excited for that. I know a lot of people has been insinuating that it's going to be in Minnesota. And a lot of people thought it was going to be in Minnesota, right? It's been talks, it's been conversations, but I guess Vegas came in and swooped the deal up real quick. I think this is a great idea for Vegas. I mean, it's new. They can really do a lot of marketing, not only with that Allegiant Stadium, but the Sphere. Right, the Sphere in Vegas. They're going to do a lot of. I have no doubt in my mind they've got some ideas for the Sphere, whether it's marketing, promotion, or if you, I don't know, maybe the Raw or SmackDown before WrestleMania 41 have that in the Sphere, right, and really do some cool, funky graphic design and setup. I don't know. We don't know what WWE got planned for the next year, but there's so much you can do in Vegas, not only for WrestleMania at the event, but the Sphere, the city itself, the content creating. Very, very excited for that. And now I do believe that WWE will still be on fire. I'm going to propose this to my brothers and dad who's watching the podcast. I'm going to propose this. Let's go to WrestleMania 41. Let's go to Vegas. Right? I just never been to Vegas. My whole family, my brother, my mom, brothers and my mom, and maybe my sisters, they all went to Vegas. I haven't been to Vegas yet. So maybe that might be a trip for us. I don't know. But WrestleMania 41 is going to be in Vegas. I'm excited. It's good to be a wrestling fan, right? It's so good to be a wrestling fan for sure. Now, coming up next, we got Andrew, and he's going to give us the latest and the very, very latest in more hip hop news. Take it away, Andrew.
Magic crumble in second half, lose Game 7 despite Paolo Banchero's 38 points in stellar series. Paolo Banchero's first taste of the NBA playoffs ended bitterly. The Orlando Magic couldn't finish what they started. After opening an 18-point lead in the first half, the Magic caved under pressure as the Cleveland Cavaliers rallied for a 106-94 win in Game 7 on Sunday to end a back-and-forth series in which home court meant everything. Banchero scored 38 points, his third game with at least 30 in the series, but it wasn't enough as the Magic couldn't stop Donovan Mitchell when they needed to and had their season end in disappointment. It was quite an experience for the sensational 21-year-old Banchero, who said Game 7 was more than he imagined. It was a hell of an environment and probably the most intense game I've ever played in my life, said the 2022 #1 overall pick. Every possession, the toll it takes on your body and your mind is immense. As the Cavs chipped away at Orlando's lead in the second half, Banchero said the Cleveland crowd was so loud that it was difficult for the Magic to call out offensive plays. He couldn't hear the instructions he and his teammates were getting from coach Jamal Mosley and his staff. Still, the Magic were only down 7 points going into the fourth before Mitchell, who finished with 39 and scored 89 combined in Games 6 and 7, put Orlando away. It was a painful way for Orlando's breakout season to end. The Magic won just 34 games a year ago, and there weren't many who predicted they would be a number 5 seed heading into the playoffs. Although the end was tough to swallow, one of the league's youngest teams gained invaluable experience. I walked in the locker room and said, "This sucks," Mosley said. To be up 18 and have a chance to close it out, it doesn't feel good. But sometimes painful losses are blessings in disguise. I know it sucks right now, but I couldn't be more proud of them. Mosley was adamant that his team didn't lose its cool. "I don't think there was a loss of composure," he said. "They went on a heck of a run and we got stagnant a little bit. There was no whining, no moaning, no yelling. Our guys were focused on how to get the next shot." While Banchero did his part, Franz Wagner and Jalen Suggs shot a combined 3 for 28. Suggs, who sustained what appeared to be a serious ankle injury in the opener, was just 2 of 10 on 3-pointers. "We got good looks and they just didn't fall," Suggs said. "I think we could live with that because we gave all we could. I'm sorry we couldn't pull this one out." This was all new for Orlando, which will have its entire core back next season and is expected to be active in free agency. Next year will bring higher expectations, but the Magic should be ready for them. "We won't be lacking this experience next season in the playoffs," said center Jonathan Isaac. "We'll have this on our resume and have a chip on our shoulder to get back." Banchero showed why he's one of the league's rising stars, a player just beginning to scratch his potential. He averaged 27.0 points and 8.6 rebounds in his first playoff series, and in Game 7 tied a team record with 15 free throws. "Special," Mosley said of his young star. "He wanted every ounce of what they were throwing at him. There is a reason why he's an all-star and is going to be all-NBA. He's going to show up in big games."
All right. Thank you, Andrew. Always appreciate it for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, that will wrap up our podcast here today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did. Always remember to like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching the video version of it, thank you so very much. And also, you guys have been liking the content on Instagram too, so I really appreciate that as well. And if you're just listening to us in the car on your way to work this morning, or on your way cooking breakfast, getting the house ready, probably putting on your clothes, I appreciate that as well. Stay tuned for more podcasting. Again, tomorrow we'll be back with the Spectrum podcast. Can't wait to do that one with my other podcasters out there. Very, very excited for that one. Zoe and Andrew, they're both on the Spectrum podcast as well, so you can hear them and get their take on things as well. That's going to wrap it up here on the podcast. But before we do that, because I've got to get my sleeper in real quick. And this one here, I know it, and this might be a Tank Day because, you know, his Vault, but this is another song that I like from him, from the Vault. Where is it? Come on, I see it. This one called "I Wanna Love You," or "Wanna Love You." Shout out to Tank, man. He getting ready to go on tour. We gonna wrap up the podcast, y'all. We love y'all so much. You should let me love you.
Baby, I just wanna put it on you. Put it on, baby, you should be my lover. Baby, you know how to touch me.
This is how Tank be singing.
You can feel the place, no one.
This beat is dope.
That's how you gonna be singing. Shout out to Tank, man. Tank's the man.
Think about it, I'll always be there. I don't mind doing 'cause you easy.
Then Tank be doing it. Tank be doing it. This right here, he be taking off his shirt.
Slow down.
He closes his eyes and do all that. Shout out to Tank, man. I love Tank. I do. I'm sorry. I'm a big fan.
You're tuned into the Swanky One, new K.L.P.
Hey. All right, y'all. We got to roll up out of here. We got a long day today, Monday.
They think I'm crazy.
Hey.
But I found my baby.
Hey.
Right now I need it.
Hey. All right, we got to roll up out of here. We love y'all.
Trying to be a friend. Slow down.